Sorry.
I think a lot of people are. We sort of like we notice everything that everyone says, and there definitely is an issue with convenience. People struggle to give up their convenience, but I think generally people are, even if it's incremental, getting ready.
Right.
Even at my No Kings, I went to a couple outside of Boston, just a couple smaller ones, and it's been interesting to see the signs change. I feel like at first it was just sort of taking the prompt very literally, No Kings. Now you're seeing all different types of one. There will be some about ICE, there's some about voting, there's like billionaires, all this other stuff where people are really taking it to all these other issues, and like having a deeper understanding of it. So I think that people are getting there slowly but surely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that I was talking earlier about the Gen Z culture, and not just us, right? Like we've become so convenient with things, right? Like even Uber Eats, like everything is at our hands in a way, which we're not used to giving that up. And Sam, when you mentioned Minneapolis, Americans love convenience, and until it's forced upon us, people are not willing to give up that comfort. Like it's truly gonna take something big to get people to do that. And I think we're approaching that breaking point. I don't think we're at that breaking point, but I think we're nearing it.
Do you remember when we all canceled Uber because they were fascists or whatever?
Yeah, and then
But
we just forgot about it.
We just switched to Lyft. Like it was not there was no, it wasn't any kind of sacrifice at all. It was just downloading a new app, and even that was difficult for some people.
Or like the Spotify stuff, it was playing ICE ads, and we had people saying like, I just don't really want to go through the effort of switching all my music over to another app.
Even Googling is hard for people. Like, I mean, literally, we have people in our comments that are like asking, I will give you step-by-step instructions on what's your next. And people come in the comments with questions. I'm like, guys, like with love, we've got to get it together. Like
Google it.
The world is depending on us, and people forget, like, the American empire is at the helm of the entire world. Countries are falling apart because of what we are doing. We gotta be a little inconvenienced, even a little bit.
I know, but one thing that I've heard a lot, both my kids are like in their early 20s, and they're like, but like all companies are like bowing to Trump. Are there any companies that we can actually support? It's so overwhelming. And to the point of convenience, I know that there is just so much hangover from COVID for young people.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the things that I think has been great about these No Kings protests is that people are getting out and actually talking with other people and getting to know people again, because there was so much isolation, especially for young people. But it is still hard. And I think that I'm wondering if there's just some hangover where it's like we were really inconvenienced and it was really traumatic and we lost a lot of people with COVID, and now we have to do more. Like, how much more is there? But that's what Trump is counting on, is for us to get exhausted and just to give up. And that's just something that I see. But you guys probably have a different perspective, from what you're seeing in your communities.
No, I mean, that is the perspective, I think, for a lot of people. It's even like I graduated college in 2020, right? So I had no other choice but to get a master's in 2021, because what else do you do? Like there was literally no job. So I was like, well, I guess I'm going to school on the government's money again. But like these kids that were in high school, like they were in their house, in their homes, in their rooms, locked in there, online school, not meeting people. Like, and by the way, middle school and high school suck on a good day, let alone being locked in your room with, if you had a good home life, which some people don't, school's an escape for people. You're lacking that culture, meeting other people, and that isolation. Like, I remember just my dad wanted to get me a coffee machine during COVID. And I was like, Dad, I have to go talk to the lady at the coffee shop because I'm going to go fucking crazy if I sit in this house any longer. I've got to get out of here. And I think people are starting to slowly crave that like necessity for human connection again, which I don't think everyone was ready for yet. And fascism depends on, catastrophic system failure and to be overwhelmed. And I think everyone was so debilitated the last year that they couldn't move, and now are starting to be able to like pick one leg up and at least start to inch towards something.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to say, I've noticed, even in my friend, I mean, look, I'm in political media, and when I go have drinks with my pals, I'm like, maybe we talk about sports. Like,
Right.
I don't really follow it, but if we could, that would be nice. But everyone is now sharing the same memes. They're sending the same articles. Like, there seems to be a better sync that is taking place. And another thing I've noticed, which I don't know if you guys have, I run into somebody in the store, and they just very loudly start shitting on Trump. Like, it is like everyone is like, can you believe? And it used to be, maybe this is just me. You would talk about it, but you kind of look around to make sure there's no MAGA. Like, nobody cares anymore. We're so sick of it. And it feels like we're on the cusp of, I don't know, just standing up and like walking out and doing something. I don't know. I could be wrong.
No, I agree. And I've even, like, with my friends, caught ourselves out at restaurants talking about maybe more fringe topics, like in politics, and then we'll be like, maybe we should lower our voices, but like that would be something you wouldn't even think of in the past.
Yeah.
Well, I know that you have both been very supportive of Zoran Mamdani's campaign, and that was such a galvanizing moment, not just for people in New York, but just a lot of people who have hope for something new in politics, and some new energy and some new ideas. We do have the midterms coming up. Right now, it is looking good for Democrats, but there are a lot of hard-fought primaries in our future. There are a lot of different ideas about what kind of approach we should take for November. I'm wondering, from your perspective, what do you feel the Democrats have to do in order to really pull this out, not just in the House, but in the Senate?
You're like, super question, by the way.
Listen to people. I feel like there's just this disconnect where it's trying the same things over and over and over again, and it's people are telling you where to meet them, and that's not moving away from their demands or trying to concede to other demands.
Everyone's pretty loud about exactly where they want to be. And it seems that every person running for office or in office doesn't hear that. And whether that is a donor issue or whatever, that they can't make those decisions clearly. But when you run, like Zoran, I was just at the Bernie tax rich rally yesterday, right? And he was talking about how literally New York, I mean, this reverberated around the world because we showed that money was not going to affect us. Zoran, like, people were knocking, 90,000 people were knocking on doors for Zoran. It matters. And I think there just wasn't hope like that. I mean, people like I was far too young, but people liken it to the Obama era of having this like sense of hope. And we didn't have that at all. And now people who would never have even thought to run for Congress or thought to run for local office elected, at all, are running. And they're running on actual values. And as a strategist, something I always am like, you gotta tell people what you're going to do for them, not just what you're going to do against Trump. Because we got it. We have some fighters in Congress. Like, we have people who are pretty just like staunch Democrats who are good against Trump. But what are they doing for us generally? Like, are they doing more? Are they getting us healthcare? Are they doing something to progress the country? Or are they just a vessel to stop Trump? And a lot of these candidates are coming forward with like real tangible plans. And I hope to God that people actually start leaning into them. But like, we still have these major PACs and organizations just funneling money. Like, Uber was so involved in our God, Uber is the topic of the day. They were funneling so much money into the New York election. Like, get out. What are you doing here? They were trying to get Zoran out.